Hey lovely people, Tempest here from Times with Tempest. Thanks for taking a moment to stop by this particular video. Today I want to talk to you about glassware, cocktail glassware to be a little bit more specific. Since quarantine, I've gotten into the new hobby of mixology, learning about various mixed drinks, coming up with my own recipes. And one of the things that I learned was that depending on the type of drink that you will mix, you will want them to go into very specific glasses. As a result of that, I had to start acquiring those particular types of glasses. Prior to this, I really only had red and white wine glasses. And so in today's video, I want to show you not only what I have, because I've acquired a good bit of this rather recently, I want to talk to you about where I got them from to give you tips if you're interested in increasing your collection of glassware as well. So if you want to see more of that, be sure to stay tuned. Okay, so there are glasses in front of me. There's some that aren't in the shot that I'll switch over here when I get there. There's some behind me on this countertop over here. So it might be safe to say that I have a slight addiction at this point. I do want to take a second to point out the t-shirt that I'm wearing. I made this myself, so I'm hoping to give you all a DIY video on that here shortly. But everything in front of me here came from the Dollar Tree. If you've been following me for a while, you're probably not surprised. It goes without saying that, of course, you can get your glassware from just about anywhere. My particular favorites would be the Dollar Tree, of course. I like to thrift them, so I have some thrifted glasses that I'll share with you today. Your discount stores like Home Goods, TJ Maxx, Marshalls, all of those are great places. Obviously, the stock just varies there. Crate & Barrel is a great choice. World Market is a great choice. Other department stores, you can find stuff in Macy's and, of course, Amazon. So today's video, I'm going to focus on the Dollar Tree, the Thrift Store, World Market, and Crate & Barrel. So a little bit of a mixture here of some new things that I've acquired very recently and some things that I already had. So to get started, everything in front of me here came from the Dollar Tree. And I wanted to start with the Dollar Tree first, just because most of you watching this might, have a Dollar Tree close by. Granted, the stock does vary at the different Dollar Trees, so hopefully you can find these if you're interested. I want to start with this wine glass and the stemless wine glass here, because I did a Dollar Tree haul earlier at the kind of beginning of the year. I don't know. I'll link that video down in the description box for you, but these came from the Dollar Tree, so I just want to kind of put those back in the forefront of your mind there. This one, obviously not a cocktail glass, but my favorite mug, this clear mug, came from the Dollar Tree. I almost bought a set of these from Crate & Barrel, and before they hung out in my shopping cart for a while, and ended up going to the Dollar Tree and saw them in there, so deleted that. Granted, they weren't terribly expensive at Crate & Barrel, but you can't beat $1. The only difference is that those were double insulated and these aren't, but they're still, pretty comparable to every other coffee mug. It's gonna be slightly warm on the outside, but not too hot to handle, okay? So in terms of cocktail glasses specifically, I love this mason jar one. This is a good everyday glass, but it's really good for some of your summertime cocktails, so this will be a good choice to pick up. These two are rocks glasses or old-fashioned glasses, but they came from the Dollar Tree as well. Hopefully the light isn't impacting picking these up. This is another kind of everyday glass that came from the Dollar Tree, but it's good for those cocktails that are required to be in a taller glass, like a highball or Collins glass. So that's a great substitute for $1. This one is a champagne flute. And the interesting thing about these in the Dollar Tree is that they have them labeled as bud vases. So they're on the aisle with other flower vases, but it can double as a champagne glass. I compared it to some that I already had on hand. The opening here is the same, the height is the same, champagne glass. So go with this one for $1, but you gotta know where to look for them in the Dollar Tree where you're going. So in this particular Dollar Tree haul with these, you can see that they're still wrapped up because these are new from the Dollar Tree just this week. But these I thought would make really great bottles for the juices and the mixes that I need when I'm making my cocktail. So fresh squeezed lemon juice or lime juice or simple syrups that I make. I figured that those would be nice to go in these little cute containers because I have been using Dollar Tree like squeeze bottles for condiments, and they weren't extremely reliable. So having something that's a little bit more sturdy, nicer looking, that's glass, I thought would make a great addition to my collection here. So what I'll do now is move over from the Dollar Tree haul to showing you the ones that I've acquired from my local thrift store. But if you, again, wanna go over this, look for these. I've used them. This is the newest one that I haven't used, but look for these in your Dollar Tree, check them out and let me know what you think. I tend to buy my glasses in, sets of 2 or sets of 4 from the Dollar Tree just to give them a test run, I guess you could say. So I only have a couple of these so far, but when I like it, I go back. So I have a full set of 6 of both of these wine glasses because I love them. I have a set of 4 of these because I love them. So I do kind of make trips back once I feel comfortable kind of committing to the glass. Oops, don't want to break anything. But I thought that it was important to note that if you don't want to do a massive haul, it's totally fine to buy a couple here and there. So again, Dollar Tree, let's transition to Thrift Store. Okay, so now what I have in front of me are all of my Thrift Store glasses. For some folks, you might not be interested in getting glasses from the thrift store, but trust me, I go in there, I bring them home, I sanitize, bleach, wash, hot cycle in the dishwasher. I do as much to these bad boys to get them clean as I can, but it's really nice for me to check out the thrift store because in my experience, they typically have the right amount of the right number, excuse me, of the things that I need, and the quality is good. I mean, it's glass, so it's kind of to be expected, but I've just found a variety there. The price point, you can't beat it. So this is what we know to be a martini glass, cocktail glass here. It is a really large one in terms of the ounces and what this can hold, and long stem. So I do love this. This was 69 cents at the thrift store. So I got a couple of those. Same thing for this margarita glass, 69-cent purchase. This is a rocks glass. I believe this one was 49 cents. So this is good for your smaller cocktails like a whiskey neat or something like that. This is reminiscent of a I think it's Pilsner glass that folks drink beer out of. I'm not a beer drinker, so I did a little bit of research trying to find something else to match this to, and the things that came up were slings. Like there's some sling cocktails that would go good in these glasses, but I think this was a set of 4 for $4, so I didn't want to leave them there, so I just grabbed them. Haven't used them yet, not sure what I'll use them for, but just figured they'd be nice to have on hand. And then these Irish coffee glasses are really cute, and they were 49 cents as well. So check out your thrift store. I know that particular thrift store where I got these from usually have a nice selection of china and glassware. So if you haven't, seen things like that in your local thrift store, then maybe don't be bothered with it. But I know that I kind of have this little special spot that I can go to and typically count on being able to leave with a couple of things by way of glassware. Because that was just a few and I only have these 2. This is from a recent World Market visit. These are $2.99 a piece. So you start to pay a little bit more per item when you move from the dollar store, from the thrift store to your World Markets and your Crate and Barrels, because they sell them usually individually, but I thought that these were really cute cocktail glasses, so I'm excited to be able to use those, okay? So again, Dollar Tree was first, Thrift Store, World Market. I'm going to end with my crate and barrel stash over here that's still wrapped up. So you're gonna kind of see me with the unboxing of these because I just went in to pick them up really quickly. Stay tuned. All right, so the final element of this haul slash overview is my recent crate and barrel purchase. So out of all of the types of cocktail glasses that I was learning about, I didn't have any coupe glasses. So I've been stalking CB2 and Crate and Barrel online and found these. So these were, according to the receipt, $4.95 a piece. I got a couple of those. Again, I always just, want to give it a try. I'm gonna make a cocktail. I'm gonna make two generally, one for me and one for my husband. And so two is typically enough. As I start to entertain a little bit more post-COVID-19, I'll definitely want to acquire more. So I have two of these. Again, those coupes were $4.95 a piece. The other thing I got were some cocktail picks. I've been wanting some of those as I step up my garnish game and make my drinks look fancy. The cocktail picks, a set of six, $6.95 for the set. And then the last thing I got, because I wanted more tall glasses, these are coolers, but again, you can use these if you're making a drink that requires a tall glass, or you can use it as an everyday glass, of course. This is the Impressions cooler. It's a 17-ounce glass, so it's pretty tall. But what I love about it, I'm not sure if the camera's picking it up, is that it has these notches. If you watch me hold it, it makes it really easy to pick up because there are like these indentations where you can put your fingers as you grab it. So I got a couple of those. They were only $2.95 a piece. Okay. I'll just get this last one out. And got them wrapped nice and tight. I have a tendency to break my glassware, so fingers crossed I don't break anything. But that's the cooler slash tumbler 17-ounce for your everyday or tall drinks. So there you have it, guys. That's my haul slash overview of my collection that I've been building from the Dollar Tree, a local thrift store here, World Market more recently, Crate and Barrel more recently. I'm excited to be able to go back to all of these places and continue to build out my stash. But if you would do me a favor and let me know in the comments some of the places that you like to get your glassware or your cocktail glasses from, I'd love to try out new places that I haven't tried. I have a blog posted that I'll link in the description box too that goes over the different types of glasses and what types of drinks you typically put in those, with some links to where you can find them if, Amazon is just easier at this point if you don't want to risk going out. But I do recommend the stores, obviously, that I've been trying here. So thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. Bye.